This is my brother Ben. He's got an impressive physique. He's resorted to what can only be described as an extreme bulk.
Anyone that's eating 7,000 plus calories a day that's not doing an exorbitant amount of cardio is in fact not absorbing those calories in some fashion. They might be visiting the washroom to do number 3. I'm trying to make light of this, but I do believe that that's the case. Today's video, I believe it's all lies. Talk about Mattdoesfitness and his brother who has an incredible metabolism. He can eat 7,000 calories a day while being single-digit body fat. 7,000 calories, and he doesn't do a bunch of cardio. I just don't believe it. I don't know why. Maybe polymorphism, maybe it's a joke, a stunt, but video was posted 4 days ago and no one has said, hey, this is just a joke.
This is my brother Ben. He's got an impressive physique, but like me, he's also blessed with an ungodly metabolism. He can eat a lot of food.
What he does have is an unbelievable body, but as far as having an unbelievable metabolism, I don't believe it. Hence, unbelievable. Hence, that's why it's unbelievable. Nobody's eating 7,000 calories a day and staying shredded unless there's something wrong with them physically, like they can't absorb nutrients. No.
Stop it. Get some help.
Unless, of course, they have this thing where they visit the washroom to do number 3. The food, let's just say it doesn't stay in their stomachs. That's the only way. Now, I'm not trying to put this guy down. I'm saying he has an amazing physique. I'm not even saying he's a fake natty. I actually think he's natural. But everything that he's doing in this video is pointing to the opposite. I want to believe that he's natural, but I mean, you'll see what I mean.
Now he's currently in the midst of a bulking phase, but recently went on holiday and lost a lot of weight. And so in a desperate attempt to regain that lost progress, he's resorted to what can only be described as an extreme bulk.
Apparently he's bulking because he lost 4 kilograms, that's 9 pounds, on a holiday. A vacation for those of you living in North America for a week and lost 9 pounds of, was it muscle? Was it fat? 9 pounds. And so he says he's not eating meat, because meat is more expensive. He's trying to save money, eating 7,000 calories a day. It's going to be very expensive. And so perhaps when he went on holiday, him and his wife, they're like, look, we can go on holiday or we can eat. We cannot do both. And so they decided, hey, let's do the holiday. And so with no food. That would explain how he could lose 9 pounds in a week on a holiday. Most of us, we go on holiday, we come back and we gained a few pounds. We perhaps were eating out a little bit too much. We're enjoying ourselves a little bit too much. But no, not Matt. He loses 9 pounds. How, though? I mean, did he in fact hop off of performance-enhancing drugs while going on holiday? And that's how he lost all his money? Like, how would you explain losing 9 pounds in a week? If I said, hey, Hussein Farhad, he just lost 9 pounds, would you guys not be saying, yeah, he just went off cycle? Is that not what you'd be saying? And so how do you lose 9 pounds? 9. You just don't. I don't understand it. And so does anyone actually believe that he needs to eat 7,000 calories a day, or let's use his words, 5,000 to 7,000 calories a day? So that's averaging 6,000 calories a day in order to keep his muscle, to maintain single-digit body fat. And yes, they competed each other in a friendly bodybuilding competition. It was at their house. They had a judge, and Matt's brother won. He has an incredible physique. Very wide shoulders, small waist, great definition, and great posing. That is not the look of a 7,000 calorie diet. How many of you think you diet on 7,000 calories in order to get shredded to look like Matt's brother?
So liquid calories is like by far the easiest method. So the reason why we're doing this specifically now, I went away for a week and lost like 4 kilos in body weight. So I've got to put more weight back on basically.
Yeah, he went on holiday for a week and lost 9 pounds. There's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. It takes 2,700 calories to build a pound of muscle. And let's assume all of this is true, that he actually lost 9 pounds. I don't know if it's half muscle, half fat, whatever. If you suddenly add 7,000 calories into your diet, do you think it's just going to all become muscle? Or do you not think you're just going to get excessively fat? And so if he's competing against his brother in a bodybuilding competition, Why is he trying to get fat? You really think a 3,500 calorie bulk surplus, whatever? Remember, this is 2,000 calories more than Sam Sulek was eating. Do you really think that's all going to turn into muscle? Even Matt is disgusted by the way that his brother is eating. I don't know if he's thinking, is this a joke? Is this really his diet?
Bad boy up.
I mean, the look on Matt's face is just like, why, brother? Like, do we not share the same genetics? I mean, do we not come from the same parents? What is going on? I mean, Mepsigram watched this yesterday and said, hey, bro needs to get eye surgery. Remember, she's an eye surgeon. She needs to get rid of the glasses. Perhaps he had no money. I mean, it's not everyone can afford LASIK eye surgery, Mepsigram. He had to choose between a vacation and eating. I certainly don't think that getting eye surgery is on his list.
That's a 1,500 calorie bowl of Wheatos with about 45 grams of protein in it.
The perfect meal.
A 1,500 calorie bowl of Wheatos with milk for breakfast, 45 grams of protein. And so plenty of protein and 1,500 calories. You don't need to eat this much for breakfast. This is ridiculous.
And then olive oil. That's the beauty of olive oil is really...
Did they say they're going to add olive oil into this? It's already 1,500 calories. It's more calories than I'm eating. I'm racing bikes, guys. Like, there's no way that this guy can eat more than Coach Greg. I've seen a lot of people eat in the past. I haven't seen people eat more than me. Ask Will Tennyson. He's gone out to supper with me a couple times. He's like thinking, well, what is even going on? Ask any of my friends. When I order, the waiter's like, oh, thank you. And they go to walk away. And there's like, no, that was for him. It's not for the entire table. There's no way he's eating this. I mean, there's more chance Hussein Farhat's 100% natty lifetime than this guy eats 5,000 to 7,000 calories a day.
Well, here you go.
This just looks ridiculous.
What is the sugar on this? That's got to be like...
Mate, sugar's good for you. Sugar is a common misconception.
And so sugar isn't technically needed. It's not. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't consume sugar, but it isn't required. And also, when you do a lot of cardio, it's okay to consume sugar. You burn it off. It's for people who are sedentary. Those of you who aren't exercising, you're the ones that should be worried about your sugar consumption. My bike team, the riders, guys riding 15, 20 plus hours a week, they're finding ways to add in more sugar into their diets. And even they don't eat 7,000 calories. 5,000 calories plus, yes, but not 7,000 calories. That is a lot. These guys are burning off 4,000 calories during a single bike ride, and they're not eating over 7,000 calories.
With the olive oil in, because that's like almost 40 grams of olive oil, that's like 400 calories. Look how it's like congealed, like...
They're drinking 2 yogurt shot glasses with 400 calories of olive oil in each. But why? Why? Please tell me why. Why waste your calories? You're not going to build more muscle having 7,000 calories than 6. 6,000 calories is not going to build more muscle than 5. 5,000 calories is not going to build more muscle than 4. And so why eat 7,000 calories unless, of course, you're trying to get fat? If you're fighting in sumo, if you're a sumo wrestler, you need to gain a substantial amount of body fat really quickly. I get it. This would be a great diet. But for anyone trying to look lean, perhaps single-digit body fat, a bodybuilder, this is utterly useless.
This is a 2,800 calorie breakfast.
I mean, 2,800 calories is more than most men need to eat in a day. I do believe that if he just ate this one meal and spread it out throughout the day, it'd be more calories than he needs as he diets for a bodybuilding competition. 2,800 calories, unless you're doing a lot of cardio, for most men is more than you need. You're going to have to trust me on this. I know I've lost all credibility, but remember, the laws of thermodynamics, they still apply to this day. You can't just eat as many calories as you want and get shredded.
That was 400 calories, and I did that in about
It's the easiest
3
400
seconds,
calories.
and it was like nothing. For most people, that's not a good thing, by the way.
I mean, if you're struggling to eat, you could, of course, get hungrier than last time, but most people, it's going to be the opposite. If you need 7,000 calories to feel full, why not try GLP Max? Going to reduce your appetite by 28%. And if that's not enough, click the link in the description. Algo RX got you covered. You heard of Ozempic, the GLP-1, also terzipatide. These will dramatically reduce your appetite. Semaglutide, in about a year, on average, people lose 15% of their body weight. Terzipatide, 21% of their body weight. And so if you're 200, that puts you at 170 or 160 odd pounds. It's significant. And it's not very expensive. And remember, this is from AlgoRx, from pharmaceutical grade products prescribed by a doctor, very easy to get, significantly cheaper than their competitors, for example, Merrick Health. Interested? Click the link in the description, code Greg, 10% off.
I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely really enjoy this. This isn't like a challenge, it's a nice, I eat this happily every day, you know?
Understand that I don't think that this is a joke. He says, I genuinely enjoy this. I eat this every single day. I mean, if it was staged for a one-off for a video, hey, I challenged my brother to eat 7,000 calories. I mean, I get it. It's interesting content. These two guys are very hilarious. They're interesting. I was captivated watching the video, and so I can see why it's getting so many views. But in the real world, people shouldn't eat like this.
What's going on in here, mate?
It's like 9:30 and we've consumed like...
How does he come in with so much energy? I mean, I'd be laying back, my stomach be full, and remember, I can eat a lot. That's a lot of calories, and so you're just gonna sit on the couch and not move. But he comes in like, hey, laughing it up, having a good old time. Hey, let's eat again.
And you know what the best thing to do after having consumed 3,000 calories and loads of olive oil? A gym session and then be judged by like an IFBB Pro posing coach, yeah.
So you're telling me that after doing this meal, after eating 2,800 calories, all that milk, they then did the bodybuilding competition? How? Where's this food? Like, their stomachs are shredded. Like, where did the food go? Like, hear me out. If food goes into your belly and you consume 3,000 calories, including milk, is there not going to be some distension? Like, the stomach has to hold that food. They have small waists, and so where did the food go? Now, as you can see, Matt seems to have the better tan. But his brother, man, that's a small waist and great posing. And so if you want to watch that video, I watched it a couple weeks ago. Go and check it out on Matt's channel.
This might make some people cringe.
And so, of course, up next, it's essentially Kraft dinner with lots of butter. I used to eat this when I was a kid, except I would withhold the butter. My mom used to make it for me, and when I became a teenager, I was like, Mom, why do we put so much butter in the Kraft dinner? And she said, well, it says to do that on the package. I'm like, well, do we have to do that? No? Okay. And so, even at a tender age, 14, 15, I forget how old I was already discovering ways to reduce calories. I wasn't even yet a bodybuilder. Those were the early days. I was learning, hey, instead of putting whole eggs in the cake, why don't we just put egg whites? We don't need to put in full eggs to make pancakes. Use the egg whites alone. And why are we cooking with butter? Isn't there that spray thing? And so I'm slowly learning how to save and cut on calories. And so I don't use butter to this day. If you're interested in any of the recipes in my cookbook, lower calorie recipes, you're not interested in eating 7,000 calories a day, but you want to be full, consider getting the cookbook. It's an amazing cookbook. We sold nearly 100,000 copies of this. It's a lot of copies. It's available in hard copy and a PDF. And so if you're interested, code Greg, 15% off. Click the link in the description.
It's not really realistic to think you can have a ton of meat in there, at least in my opinion, because it just costs so much money.
Costs so much money. You know, around the world, I think Dura said something like, if you have a roof over your head and you can feed yourself, you're already richer than 70% of people. And so perhaps because I'm in North America, and it's Mattdoesfitness's brother, I'm thinking, wouldn't he have enough money to afford to eat meat? But no, not everyone can afford it. And so I do understand if you're trying to save money or on a budget, you probably can't afford to eat limitless amounts of meat. And so I could see needing to do this. If it was me, I would have said, you know what? I choose food over the holiday. I didn't go on vacations all the time growing up. When I was in my 20s, I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't go on holidays. The first time I left Canada to go on a vacation to Cuba, it only cost me $800 Canadian. That's like $600 US. That was it for a week. And so I didn't have a lot of money, but I still found a way to eat. And so if you don't have enough money to go on vacation and eat some meat, skip the vacation. Skip the vacation. You can have a vacation at home. Trust me, you can.
It does look good, to be fair, doesn't it?
I don't know about that. Right?
Not gonna lie, that is a very infectious laugh.
It pains me to say it, but it's actually really good.
The laugh, guys.
I feel guilty for enjoying this much, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like, the thing is, when you're doing this every single day, it can't just be absolutely grim.
I mean, again, he's saying when you're doing this every single day, and so every day he's saying he's eating like this, the crazy Kraft dinner, macaroni, butter, quarter kilo of cheese. I mean, a quarter key. Bro, you'd think he was talking about turkesterone. Smuggling in 50 keys of Turk across the border. A quarter key, I can hook you up. I mean, it's not a lot. I don't usually walk out the door for under 10 keys. But guys, if you're interested, code Greg 15% off, and there's a money back guarantee and a $20 gift card if you don't make the gains that you're looking for. Now, not everyone can make gains like Mattdoesfitness' brother, or shall I say, the reverse Uno of gains, which is losses. Bro lost 4 kilos, 9 pounds, while going on vacation. And so at this point, I normally would say, hey, for coaching plans, click the link in the description and apply. But rather than that, just go on vacation for a week. That's all you need to do. And following that, go back to eating 7,000 calories a day, and you'll probably look like Mattdoesfitness. Or maybe you won't. You could actually apply. I'd go for the cookbook, and I would try getting the Circle Diet book. Much more likely to work out. And while you're traveling on vacation, so you don't lose 4 kilograms of muscle and or fat in a week, try eating the Seiko bars, 230 calories and 21 grams of protein. And right now it's 50% off. And you don't need anything else in the cart, but there is a limit of 1 because we had to figure out a way so that we wouldn't sell out all the time. And so get to the website, enter code KAIKO, 50% off.
You can't have a main meal without dessert, right?
Yeah, sure, actually. I think we do need a bit more fat today, so that's good.
Yeah,
That's
for sure. Healthy fats.
Normally, to be completely honest, I'd actually have all 4 of these, but because you're here and I'm a generous guy, we're going to go 2 each.
Really? He needs that many calories?
I know, I appreciate it's not been the most nutritionally broad meal so far, so we're going to flip it on its head. Go for a truly complete meal here, okay?
And so finally, a complete meal. Probably gonna have some fruits and vegetables finally. I mean, none of this unhealthy bullshit. And up next is pizza. I mean, what are they eating, like the Trend Twins or Sam Sulik in the early days? What is going on right now?
Which basically brings our total to close to 7,000 calories.
It's actually really good.
It is really good pizza, yeah.
If it hadn't taken like 10 years, it'd be a solid 10 out of 10.
A solid 10 out of 10? I mean, is he a 400-pound female? Because those are typically the women who thinks they're 10 out of 10s. A 10 out of 10. He rates that pizza that looks like a miserable freaking nightmare as a 10 out of 10. It's looking like a strong 5. I wouldn't be caught with that at 3 a.m. in the morning. Literally, I'm not eating pizza at 3 a.m. I'm certainly not going to tell my friends about it. Now, the ice cream, I do like. Not going to lie, I would be all over that ice cream. But the ice cream is at least a solid 8. I'm not messing around with no 5. 7,333 calories. It's just, there's no need.
We are done. Woo. That was a depressing day.
How are they done? What part of the world is it that it's still daylight at bedtime? It looks like it's 3 in the afternoon. They're done? Like, I watched them eat, 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and supper. It seems like it's mid-afternoon. Are they actually done? Are they not eating till the next morning? What is going on?
I would just implore you to eat more vegetables and fruit.
Exactly. Eat more vegetables and fruit. Does even a single person out there think that he would put on less muscle if he cut out, let's call it 3,000 calories from this diet? Just eat a lot less of the crap and add to that perhaps an orange or a banana, an apple, or some peas and carrots, lettuce, tomato? I mean, why not consume something healthy?
What a wonderful time to be alive. I'm going to go and throw up aggressively in that river. Have a great day.
Is that actually the secret? He just said, I'm just going to go and throw, up in the air. Going to go and throw it up in the air. Anyone that's eating 7,000 plus calories a day that's not doing an exorbitant amount of cardio is in fact not absorbing those calories in some fashion. They might be visiting the washroom to do number 3. I'm trying to make light of this, but I do believe that that's the case. I do believe anyone that's not morbidly obese eating 7,000 calories a day isn't actually keeping all that food down. And so if you are one of those individuals, please go and seek out medical help. It's very, very common, especially in sports involving weight classes. For example, bodybuilding, MMA, wrestling, all these sports where you have to weigh a certain amount, where you're being forced, not quite forced, but pushed to be single-digit body fat. Whether it's gymnastics, ice skating, wrestling, boxing, so many sports where you just need to be shredded. And so if you need to do that to lose that weight, go and get some help, some counseling. It's very, very dangerous. I'm not just talking about to your teeth. It's dangerous to your heart. There are people who have passed away. They're no longer with us because of this. 25% of people involved in sports with weight classes have this disorder. And so you got to be careful. 25%, 1 out of 4. Think of it. There's probably millions of people doing this, and so there's hundreds of thousands of people that suffer from this just because of their sport. Trust me, I've coached a number of people with these problems. They're not all just going to come out and say it, but if somebody's consistently saying that they're eating 7,000 calories and they're not gaining weight, wink, wink, you know why. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it, watch one of those 2 bloops, the cookbooks, the coaching plans by me and my team, of course, the momentous clothing. You can click the link in the description to get that. AlgoRx, click to get that. And just keep clicking and you'll find something. And until next time, I am out.